Artificial intelligence is transforming economies worldwide, and Malaysia is no exception. From boosting industries to creating opportunities for local talent, what does AI mean for our nation's future? And how can Malaysia position itself as a regional AI powerhouse? We'll discuss the opportunities, challenges, and the way forward for Malaysia to thrive in this AI-driven era. All this and more coming up on Money Matters. Hello and good evening. You're tuned into TV3, which you can also stream now on Tonton. And this is Money Matters, the show where we explore the critical topics shaping Malaysia's economy. I'm your host, Azaria Tagaya, and today we'll dive into a game-changing force that's redefining industries, opportunities, and how we work. We're talking about artificial intelligence, or AI. And to help shed some light on this topic, joining us today is the Technological Association of Malaysia President, Tung Chee Kuan. Hi there, Tung. Thank you so much for joining us on Money Matters.
Okay, thank you, Azaria, for having me.
Thank you. It's our pleasure to have you. Yep. Well, we're excited to talk about this topic today, artificial intelligence, or AI. But let's start things off by taking a broader look at the potential of AI towards Malaysia's economy. So AI has often been touted as a transformative force, a game changer for economies worldwide. But what we want to find out is, what does this mean for Malaysia? So what are the key opportunities that AI has for Malaysia's economic development, and how can these be leveraged?
I would say AI definitely provides transformative opportunities to the region and to Malaysia. If you look at the report by PwC, it has been projected that AI will have an impact of USD 1 trillion to the Southeast Asia GDP, and also 115 billion to the Malaysian GDP by the year 2030. And if you were to look at the report by the Talent Corp, looking into the AI impact and the green technology impact, they are talking of the impact on 620,000 workers from 10 different industries. And these 10 different industries account for 60% of our GDP. So basically, you can see the massive impact on the economy. And besides that, actually, like it or not, it is something that it is set to come. We have to embrace it. We have to be positive about it. And I would say that manufacturing being one of our big GDP contributors, this will be the area which will have great impact. The productivity, the sort of minimizing of risk and downtime will be very much scaled up. Predictive maintenance will become prescriptive maintenance. And for the services, I would say that in terms of wholesale and retail, we are talking of smart trucks, smart cards coming in and so forth. And hotels will be a different ball game. And also in the services like education also will have an impact. When ChatGPT came in, it has quite an impact. Everybody was worrying, hey, how are we going to handle plagiarism and so forth. Of course, again, I will elaborate it further later. The others, two areas that we can leverage on. One, I would say, is the huge investment of the data centers. Data centers investment runs into 114 billion from the year 2021 to 2023. And this involves big players like Google, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Amazon, investing data centers onto our home soil. And data centers, why is important? Because they provide the computing power to AI. So this is one of the basic fundamental that we have. The other one I can see is a strong fundamental of the semiconductor industries that we have, which is we have the National Semiconductors Strategy. And Malaysia is the sixth largest exporter of semiconductors in the world.
Yeah.
So basically, semiconductors provide AI efficiency to these two areas will enhance and leverage on the progress of AI.
All right,
Yeah.
definitely. Now, Malaysia also recently launched the National AI Office as we work towards striving to become an AI powerhouse in the region.
Yep.
With the establishment of the National AI Office, what do you think are some of the core areas that we should prioritize on in order to align with Malaysia's overall AI ambitions?
Yeah, I think the National AI Office is very crucial. It was established in August 2024, but it was launched recently.
Yeah.
Recently, when I say recently, is December 12th of last year, which is a different year, but it is still recently.
Not so long ago, actually.
Yeah, not so long ago, by the Prime Minister himself. So basically, if you look at it, launching by the Prime Minister himself signifies the importance being emphasis placed on this National AI Office. Basically, it will be the entrusted to have oversight of all the AI issues, looking into the framework, looking into the guidelines, looking into driving investment, and as well as driving innovation. So these are few areas that they're entrusted to do. And then most importantly, they're entrusted to come up with the AI framework from 2026 to 2030.
Yeah.
That at least will guide the nations to align direction of where AI is to be.
Yeah.
But personally, I feel that there are three areas that they should be giving emphasis. One is the incentive for the data centers, because as I mentioned earlier, they are the they provide the computing power to AI. That is very crucial. So actually, we must have the right incentivization of investment in that particular area. If you look at it, just a few days back, Vietnam has announced that the government is giving 50% of incentives to solve for those who invest in the country on the data centers. So the other one is actually, it is ever issue is the talent.
Yes.
The digital talent.
Yes.
Because on board, we always say that, okay, the talent is there and all that. So basically, mindset of people will need to change. So actually, how successful the National AI lead all the ministries towards achieving this will be very crucial in that. Of course, the other one is, it is very important for us to have a very secure, trustworthy AI system, because AI generates and dependent on a lot of data.
Yeah.
So again, there is always a saying, okay, no rubbish in, rubbish out.
Yeah.
So whatever data you tap, it has to be unbiased.
Yes.
It has to be not discriminating to any sectors or be it in any way.
Okay, Tung, it's very interesting that you mentioned about the strong talent pipeline. We want to find out more about that, but now it's time for us to go for a short break. When we come back, more with the Technological Association of Malaysia President Tung Chee Kuan. Don't go anywhere. Money Matters will be right back. Money Matters. We're still with the Technological Association of Malaysia President Tung Chee Kuan. Now, Tung, before the break, we talked a little bit about the potential of AI for Malaysia's economy, and you mentioned about manufacturing, which is also very crucial for Malaysia's economy moving forward. So how can AI adoption actually help Malaysian industries stay competitive on a global scale, especially for manufacturing and services?
I would say for the manufacturing, AI has what we call the computer vision. So basically, there's the two fundamentals is computer vision and the large language model. So this computer vision will enable manufacturing to have what we call predictive maintenance. That means they are able to detect tolerances in the manufacturing and be able, based on the large data, be able to predict when maintenance is required. But with this with this AI advancement, it has becomes even more prominent in a sense that they can even go for prescriptive maintenance. Scoring all the data, whatever, they can prescribe actually what kind of maintenance. This definitely will reduce minimize risk, minimize downtime, you know. And they are even capable of what we call real-time quality control. And as for the services sector, you find that even in the retail and all that, smart cards are coming in. In hotels, AI-powered guest interactions and all that, which make a different whole set of guest experience. And for the large language model, you find that in the sector of media, creative content, reports can be easily be generated. Even in the education line, initially when ChatGPT came in 2020, it created some ruffles.
Yeah,
you know? So
talking
of reports being plagiarized, you know, that sort of things. You know, so this is something that is set to come. We need to embrace it rather than be fearful of it. You know?
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Talking about embracing AI, there's a need for us to nurture a strong talent pipeline to support Malaysia's AI ambitions as we move towards becoming a regional powerhouse. So how can we do that, Tung?
Yeah, I would prefer the approach to be holistic. There are three kinds of talents that we need to have. One is talents which develop AI. One is talents which work with AI. And the other one is talent which live with AI. Live with AI, we are talking of a general public. You find that MyGTR has launched what we call the AI for Rakyat. These are sort of online whereby people are being geared for the awareness and so on. And the for the work with AI is this is where skilling, reskilling, and upskilling needs to be there, where people need to be trained on how to use AI to be more productive, to be more efficient, and so on. Of course, the other one, developing AI, they will need the specialists in AI developers, researchers, and software AI engineers.
Yeah, definitely.
This is actually very much linked to the big scenario of, again, the feeders. The feeders that in a country is facing is always the STEM ratio. 60% of the science, technology, and all that. If the feeders is not forthcoming, then it may cause some disruption into what we want to work for.
All right.
You know, especially if you look into let's say SPM feeders, how many percent? How many? It has been down to sort of 300,000, and how many will have strong mathematics and the science to move on to the AI? And at the same time, what exactly the interest?
Definitely.
We have enough of feeders, and I don't want to be conclusive on that, but it's things that we need to probe on for them.
Yeah, definitely. But what about the policies in Malaysia? Are Malaysia's policies sufficient enough to support AI adoption across industries, or if any, what enhancements are needed?
Policies, actually, we have a few in place. It started off with the National Digital Economy, which was launched by the MITI to cover from the year 2021 to 2030. Then came in the National AI Roadmap, which was launched by the MOSTI, is the Ministry of Science and Technology, to cover the years of 2021 to the 2025. And then, of course, we have the most recent one, which is related to the AI talent. It was mooted by Mosti and Mohe. Mohe is the Ministry of Higher Education. It covers that plans of how to move on to develop AI talent and so on. Of course, on the investment side, as I mentioned about data centers, there must be incentive from the government and all that. MIDA has its very own, what they call digital ecosystem acceleration scheme, where they give incentives and so on, you know. And of course, even our TNB has the green lane to ensure that actually provision of generation electricity to be expedited, and also maintenance 24 hours and all that. So a lot has been in place.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Of course, as it says, what other areas, I think, other certain areas, I think probably is the approach, it should be very much on what they call sectoral basis, so that at least we tackle, okay, for the travel, for the this, at least we have a very specific, because there's no one size fit all.
Yes,
you know.
indeed.
And then data, there will be sort of what they call access to the data, because AI is very much data driven. So that is also very crucial. Of course, the importance is the what they call backup by strong cybersecurity.
Definitely, definitely.
Yep.
Well, hold that thought, Tung. We have more to speak about, but it's time for us to go for another short break. When we come back, we turn our focus to the challenges of AI implementation, its social and workforce impacts, and what will it take for Malaysia to stand out as a regional AI leader. Stay tuned. staying with us. You're still with us on Money Matters, and we're speaking to the Technological Association of Malaysia President Tung Chee Kuan. All right, Tung, we've talked a lot about AI adoption in Malaysia and how it can actually help the Malaysian economy.
Yep.
But we also want to know about the startup ecosystem. So how can AI adoption, how can we encourage homegrown AI adoption, especially in startups?
I would say is that we should provide the right ecosystem. We know very well some of the challenges is very much the high cost in embracing AI. Nothing is cheap anywhere.
Yeah.
So basically incentive, especially for SMEs and all that, to migrate to the AI. So that is rather crucial. And of course, talking of what we have discussed just now, the talent.
Yeah.
Many times the talent is not forthcoming or whatever. So this is something that I think we need to do a lot of hard work on that for our local companies to be able to the homegrown companies. And there are many of these homegrown. Take for example a startup company like ECMO has grown to become fast to be one of the AI player, and they have developed a system, a chatbot. Chatbot is actually spreading all over the place.
Yeah.
It has reduced customers' resolution time from 2 days to the few clicks, and then the engagement has tenfolds and so on. ECMO has used Microsoft Azure and helped the government or helped this creator to develop a system on that. So basically those are some of the issues. And of course in Malaysia you have the Cradle, you have the My Startups, and these are things that actually more should be done to showcase our local company success as well, to ensure that the momentum is there.
Yeah.
And of course the general what they call awareness and the promotion and the push by the government is very critical.
All right,
Yeah.
awesome. Now, I guess the big question is moving forward, what are the biggest challenges that businesses in Malaysia would face in AI adoption, and how can we overcome this?
Yeah, as I mentioned, I can see one of the big challenges will be very much the high cost of things. So that is why we must have incentive to sort of overcome all this and all that, the government support and all that. At the end of the day, a lot of sort of partnerships, to leverage, to optimize, and a lot of hand-holding will need to be there.
All right.
Yep.
So we've been talking a lot about moving forward as a regional leader, a powerhouse in the region. So what steps can Malaysia take to position itself as this powerhouse in the region? And how can some partnerships perhaps work towards our advantage in this aspect?
I think partnership is very crucial. Basically, to push for the optimization of things, because AI is never cheap. The government, industries or business, and the academia. These are the three partnership which I feel is very crucial.
Okay.
First, the government is very needed for the regulatory framework and for the funding, which help to spin off some of these startups and so on. The industries, they will be very needed for their technical expertise and the solutions. And academia we are very dependent on them for the talents and also research. The talents in a way that, of course, one can be producing a lot of talents, but it has to align with the industrial needs so that it can sort of move forward to meet what the intended thing is. I think the most crucial one is, as I mentioned earlier, there are so many ministries involved. We have MOSTI, we have MITI, we have MOHE, we have Ministry of Digital, which the National AI Office is under the purview of the Ministry of this one. So importantly, I think the government will need to align all with a shared vision and the same directions. Every ministries, they are very strong in their own rights. But there must be a cohesive force and the synergy of all this and what each ministry is excellent in, and together we move on as a formidable force in the AI.
Indeed. Okay, very briefly
Yeah.
before we end the discussion, how can Malaysia overcome the social and workforce impacts of AI, both equitably and also sustainably?
I would say it's a lot of, I would say it's a well-informed society will be very crucial.
Yeah.
Because people tend to be very fearful. Okay, they're talking of 620,000 workers being impacted by, reported by Talent Corp. But Talent Corp never says displaced or whatever. It is impacted. It is the evolving of the nature of the job. You know, it's just like if well-informed, they embrace it and we move on because the technological world is always changing. There was fear when we first moved into automation. There was fear when we moved to the IR 4.0. And with the right message, with the right awareness, I think we are on board to go on that direction.
Yep. And on that note, technology is always changing. We're just looking on the up and up for Malaysia. Exciting things to come. Thank you so much, Tung, for sharing with us today on Money Matters. It's been amazing speaking to you. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Azaria.
Well, that was Tung Chee Kuan, the president of the Technological Association of Malaysia, with us on Money Matters. Thank you so much once again for joining us on Money Matters. And thank you for joining us for the past 30 minutes. And if you missed any part of today's show, remember that you can always catch up with us on Tung Chee Kuan. Until next time, I'm Azaria Tagaya. Thank you for watching and have a great weekend.